What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Growth Network for the grassroots and our wealth, tradition, and heritage. As always, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And when you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Today we're going to bring a very disturbing story. It's seems like it's been happening a little too often lately. Story of a sister dating Caucasian male, supposedly just met, new friends, and for some reason sister don't make it out alive. Now, you have people who will sit there and say things are isolated incidences, but I don't believe in isolated incidences. And I say that in all sincerity because in real life, when you're in relationships, let's just say you're in relationships, and things keep happening. The person says, and the person says that, oh, this happens today, oh, we can't talk about other incidents. We got to go off of this one today. Well, that's sweet. And then if it happened again a month later and they say the same thing, it's like, well, we can't talk about what happened a month later. We got to talk about what happened today, but we got to talk about what happened a month later because it's all intertwined. So, because if you don't, you're going to keep going through the same thing. The same thing is going to keep happening and nothing's going to change. So when you see a story like this and they say that it's people try to say it's an isolated incident or whatever because it's one person in this state, one person in this state, and the third, but you never know. You'd be surprised how many people collude with each other from clear across the world. I'm not trying to insinuate anything. I'm just saying either that or there's a spirit out there in the world. There's spirits out there, and you gotta believe that. Because things, like I said, I don't believe in coincidence. Things just don't happen. It's by happenstance. And I believe this is one of them stories. So I'm gonna read this from the G.R.O.W.T.H. Not really too much of a fan of the G.R.O.W.T.H, but hey, this is the most recent article that says woman dead after date with, quote, a new friend, family seeks answers. Police reportedly told family members that Asia Maynard died of natural causes because there was no foul play. You remember what was a few weeks ago, there was another young sister who met a dude on some kind of social media dating app, went to his house. And I don't understand why women feel so doggone safe and friendly with people that you don't know. Man, I tell my kids, man, when we was growing up, I tell my kids, anyway, to help them. You tell your kids, you're supposed to tell your kids that when they're young, we don't go away with strangers. You don't, you know what I'm saying, tell my girls, man, you go on a date with somebody, number one, you go in a public place. You never go back to the house. I don't give a damn if you think you know them or not. I don't give a damn if you act like you're a friend or not. You don't do nothing like that, especially not that soon. You get to know somebody. That's what I teach and talk my youngest is. You get to know somebody first. Even somebody you've grown up with, went to school with, and everything. If they're trying to date you, trying to get closer, okay, that's fine. But you get to know, you be friends first and get to know a person because rushing into things, man, it rarely leads into anything positive. But let's get into this story right quick, man, so we can break it down like we need to. A 29-year-old Missouri mother was found dead. I think she had like 4 kids, man. This is there's no reason why a mother of 4, I don't give a shit what kind of relationship you done had with your baby father, baby fathers, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You might, dudes have been deadbeat. I don't care if they're all black men. You something to try to date a white man. I'm gonna show y'all I gotta do something crazy because what I'm doing is not working. Just because you're driving down the street and it's traffic and you can't get to work on time because it's traffic, don't mean you drive your car off the bridge into the water thinking maybe this will work because let me try something different because driving down the street with everybody else in traffic. I'm just not gonna get there in time. So let me try to get on the median. Maybe I can ride 2 wheels on a rail. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe on a rail like they do in the damn cartoons and movies. Maybe I can make it, and then you plunge into the river and kill yourself. You don't do that kind of shit, man. But anyway, 29-year-old, this is it hits, and this is hurting me because, like I said, this is I got daughters, man. And you hate to see people do stupid stuff. And yeah, we could, man. No, I'm not victim blaming. It's just that, like I said, it's just upsetting. Because women need to understand, man, there are predators out here. There are people who do not have your best interests at heart. Nigga, if your family, I don't know your story, but if the father of your children don't have your best interests at heart, if your family don't sit there and count on a stranger that you don't know that you just met to look out for you like that. Or could have been a game she's been playing all her life and finally caught her with her. Who knows? Well, let's see. 29-year-old Missouri mother was found dead inside of the southeast Kansas City home following a date with a man she reportedly met on a date nap. Stay off these damn date naps. Stay off of them. You can find crazy, retarded people out in the street. What happened to meeting folks at the grocery store? Oh, wait a minute. Y'all don't go grocery shopping because y'all don't know how to cook? Well, you better start back cooking. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to meeting people at church? I've been going out at a club. I mean, damn, that seems like it'd be safer than these dang on date naps. Anyway. Man, on day now, but the police don't suspect there was any foul play involved. What the heck does that mean? As reported by Fox 4 News, the family of Asia Maynard is trying to understand how she died. Here's a tweet from Tariq Nasheed. Brother Tariq, another black woman named Asia Maynard of Kansas City, Missouri, went on a date with a white man named Isaiah James Crown. The woman ended up dead in Crown's apartment. Police say she died of natural causes. Asia Maynard was 29 years old. You look at Asia Maynard's picture. That's a slim, healthy looking chick. So I want to know what kind of natural causes they talk about. She's only 29. You're not dying of natural causes at 29, her mother Denise Maynard said to Fox 4 News. She called me Friday at 10:30 or 11 o'clock and said, hey, I met a new friend. I'm going on a date. I'll come by tomorrow, said Asia's sister, Tara Maynard. A date does not mean you go to a man's house. The family never heard from Maynard again. After Friday, she never called. She never showed up, and that's not like her. So another day goes by. I said something's not right. It's not sitting right with my spirit, Tara said. The family intended to file a missing person report earlier this month and were told by investigators not to worry as Maynard would probably be in touch soon. The family later learned that police were aware at the time. At that time, they were aware at the time the mother of 4 was already deceased, but law enforcement had not informed the family that she was found dead on February the 18th. Again. When I hear stories about people, I always want to know, I don't want to know the details. 29 years old, you got 4 children. Where's the father at? I'm also saying that the 2 people that they interviewed were a mother and a sister. Where's your dad at? Mom, where is her father? And why is he not being in? Well, let me keep reading. Haley Loomis, Maynard's cousin, another female, told the Kansas City defender that Maynard wasn't reported dead until February 20th, a day after the family reached out to police. Loomis said the Kansas City Police Department decided to report her missing and they would properly identify her and she was deceased. So basically they didn't research. They said, hey, my dog's missing, this is her name, hadn't heard it from 2 days, not like her. She'll be back, don't worry about it. All the while she's back there freezing. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't had a decent to even look it up. They just come back, probably said, come back with us in a couple of days. Loomis noted that KCPD wouldn't share any information with us regarding where they found her or the name of the man that not only went on a date with Amanda, but reported her death. So the white guy reported the death. Anyway, according to reports, the man's name is Isaiah James Crown. He is currently not considered a suspect in Maynard's mysterious death. Police reportedly told family members that Maynard died of natural causes because there was no foul play. I feel like they're rushing into the investigation, said Tara of the police response to her sister's death. When she got to the funeral home, we viewed her body. She had blood in her eyes, in her ears, and her clothes were saturated with blood. So here's what. So if there was no, let's say there was no, she didn't die of violence. It was natural causes. And the way this sounds like maybe there could have been some kind of substance involved that caused her to, lose blood. Maybe she coughed up blood coming out of the nose, cocaine maybe. Snorting, doing some kind of drugs and OD. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows, I'm just saying, ain't nobody's gonna have blood all over the place, just die. Unless it's violence or something internal was happening and it threw it up. Maynard's family wants answers, as the case is currently being handled as a death investigation, not a homicide. And it may not be. I just want justice if he did it. Please, in the name of Jesus. I know God's seen everything and we want people to listen to us. Okay, let me say it like this. Everybody holler God and Jesus. But God and Jesus are not in that room when you in a date doing things that you shouldn't be doing. They seen it. That's what you believe. They saw it. I don't doubt that. But the issue is, whatever happened, and we'll find out. But let's see. Police have asked anyone with information that can help in this case call the TIPS hotline. They leave a number. Meanwhile, Maynard's case is eerily similar to the death of Lauren Smith Fields and Brenda Walls of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Both women were found dead in December on the same day after going on dates. Let's see. Who is this? Laura Smith Fields. Let's look at this. Let's see if we can't find this article real quick. And let's see. Texas involved in death case of Laura Smith Fields. Let's see. 2 Bridgeport. This is the same. What? This is the same. It's happening in the same city. Let's see. 2 Bridgeport Connecticut involved in the snow. In the case of Lauren Smith Fields, who was found dead in her apartment after a date last month, have been placed on administrative leave and have been investigated by police department internal affairs, according to. It just said they got suspended. Disciplinary action also been taken against Bridgeport police detectives Kevin Cronin and Angel Llanos due to a lack of sensitivity to the public and failure to follow police policy. It's unacceptable failure if policies are not followed. To the families, friends, and all who care about the human decency that should be shown in these situations, in this case by members of the Bridgeport Police Department, I'm very sorry. It's been investigated for the handling of the case of Brenda Lee Rawls, who was found dead and alone in the home on December 12th. Smithfield was found dead in the apartment the same day shortly after meeting the man on a dating app. The family of Smithfield, 23, and Rawls, 23, claimed the police failed to notify them of deaths and said they learned of the deaths from others. Both women are black. Supervisory, one of the same. What the hell? The supervisor officer who was in charge of overseeing these investigations retired from the police department Friday. Blah. Both cases are under investigation. Cause manner of death of Rawls case is still undetermined. The Connecticut Office of Chief Medical Examiner reports. Ladies, I'm not going to get into too much of this. But these stories, you can look them up yourself. But I beg and plead. Got women who say black women are the least, what do you call it, protected. But the problem is a lot of women grow up too fast. People in general, but women especially, women like to say, people like to say that, girls, they become more mature than boys faster. From my history, that's more on a sexual level than on anything else. Because, seriously, because I remember being a kid, and girls are fast. So girls are trying to run to you, kiss you, touch you, all that kind of stuff, but boys run away from them. That's the maturity they're talking about. Wearing makeup, dresses, all that kind of stuff. That's what they're talking about. Standing around that mom, hanging around that mama, cooking, cleaning, playing house or whatever. But the hormones kick in early for girls. Whether it's by choice or by some kind of traumatic incident growing up, God forbid, That's the way it is. But my point is, like in the story talking about God and Jesus, so that shows me that you know a little something about the Bible. So if you know a little something about the Bible, then you understand that women ain't supposed to leave the house. And I can't sit there and say that I'm perfect. I can't sit there and say that my kids, I did it right with my children. It's a learning experience. Everything's learning. But truth be told, the girls in the house are not supposed to leave until it's time for them to get married. That's old school. I say old school. That's old country old school. But American society has taught us, like I said, I'm a victim of this too, that you get a certain age, you move out. You do your thing. That's for the men and the women, boys and girls, or what have you. When the truth be told, everybody's not ready to be an adult at 18. And truth be told, women are supposed to have a covering. And when I say women, young ladies, girls, or whoever, are supposed to have a covering from the time they're born, pretty much to the time they die. Period. Look it up in the scriptures. Look it up. I'm gonna let you look it up. Find it. Google it. You got a phone. Turn off the doggone me TikTok videos and look up some goddamn scriptures. Look at some doggone scriptures and see for yourself. If you believe Jesus and God saw everything, then they see that you studying them scriptures too. And then they see that there's no reason why this young lady, unless she was married and the husband died or what have you, or divorced, there's no reason why she should have 4 kids, and still living, and from what it sounds like, she's still living at home. So she was out on date night and you're gonna watch the children. Again, I can't say that I'm perfect. I can't say I'm not guilty of playing a part in this society, of playing a role in this type of this thought process or the way this world goes. But I can say now, understanding exactly the ramifications and the problems that this stuff can cause, man, we just gotta teach our youngest better. But like I was saying, the females are supposed to have a covering. When I say covering, we're talking about men, yes. Yes, we're talking about men. Those who say you don't need no man, I'm just gonna say that's a goddamn lie. You do. You do, just for that fact of you shouldn't be out here finding dudes on a dang dating app and going to their home for no reason, especially on the first date. Dates are going to the movies, go our separate ways. Dates are going out to eat, going for coffee, go our separate ways. Dates are, let's meet up at an art exhibit, or let's meet up at a park, let's walk around, let's go to a game, or whatever, to the theater or something, and then we go our separate ways. Or I could drop you off, and after a while, I could drop you off at home, walk you to your door, this and the third, and when I walk to your door, your dad's right there. And he's saying, goodbye, son, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But we got so far away from that. And I ain't saying none of us was perfect. I ain't saying nobody was perfect even before our time. Because when you look back on history, I could look at my family tree and I can see. But again, it was all done in marriage, so I can't really say that. But like I said, we've gotten so far away from Jesus and God's way that stuff like this happens all too often, far too often. And one time is too many. Real talk. One time is too many. And this is a tragedy. And who knows, like I said, and the tragedy didn't start with her death. And that's what we have to understand. The tragedy starts from at home. And like I said, we all play a part of it. There's ways that we have to get back to growth, grassroots, our wealth, tradition, and heritage. And that's part of it. It ain't just about the money. It ain't just about the education. It's about everything. Mr. Farrakhan did a Saving Day speech the other day. I didn't know about it. I mean, I'm just gonna say I had to see about it on somebody else's YouTube channel. So now I'm like in the middle of watching it to see what he said. Cause I saw the one last year, but I didn't see the one this year. But anyway, I mean, to talk about how the Nation of Islam, how they're so structured, and and the powers that be been trying to shut down Farrakhan forever. But he got too many soldiers. He got too much around him that if anything happens to him, man, who knows what'll happen to them folk out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think they really want to touch Farrakhan. They try to silence him, shun him, shoo him off, but that dude ain't, like I said, they know that man ain't going nowhere. They're gonna have to just wait till he passes, but then somebody's gonna take up the reins. But anyway, my point is, when you look at the way that they conduct themselves, how they treat their women, how the men treat the women, the women treat the men, they understand. They for the most part, on the outside, what you see scripture living. Few people want to show scripture living now. They talk Jesus, they talk God, they talk going to church, they know He know my heart and all that BS. But nobody is actually out here perpetuating, even if it's a lie. They're not even perpetuating scripture living. They out here, barely dressed, dating 50 men, 50 women, you know what I'm saying, having relations with each other, a bunch of different people, having a bunch of different babies, a bunch of different baby daddies, getting married, getting divorced for silly reasons, and just, not living as scriptural as we should. And like I say, myself, I have tried, and I am. As I learn, I get better. And once I learn and I get better, then you can say, once you make that change, then you can say, this incident is different than the other incident, because those other incidents ain't the same as this one. Or they don't happen again because of learning, growing, and now we're doing things different. So yeah, this could be an isolated incident, and we learn from it and move forward. So like I said, I could say that in the past, maybe things I did, wasn't right. But as I got older and getting more wise and mature, I'm living different, thinking different. You feel what I'm saying? So back to the story, man. And like I said, it's sad because, like I said, it's a few stories that we've seen that's been like this recently. Police don't be wanting to investigate, saying people die of natural causes. The facts don't come out, and eventually the facts may come out. And it's a possibility they're gonna say, died of a drug overdose. We don't know where the drugs came from. Maybe she brought the drugs herself, or a mix of something just killed her. Something strong he drank, didn't have no problem. She drank it, it killed her. Who knows? Maybe he tried to put some GHB in there and try to rape her. I mean, I shouldn't have said that. Try to sexually assault her. But who knows? I mean, you don't. The problem is you don't know, and you can't, ladies, you can't put yourself in situations like that. I ain't saying don't date, because you gotta meet somebody. I mean, a lot of people don't like being alone. I can understand it, but there's rules to this game. There's ways to play this game. Play as a live. You don't play it to get out there and be wild and have fun. Like I said, she had 4 kids, so they probably, she probably wanted to escape. And she probably got 4, so she's probably feeling that she's not gonna find really a good man because she got 4 kids. Nobody want to be a stepdad for 4 little kids, But like I say, the way the world is going, people are like seeing the world a lot different than they did years ago. So she probably feel, hey, I gotta get out here, get on this date now, find somebody. That's all they want to do. Only date now, all they want to do is have relations, man. Most of them, men and women. So you pay the price. So you live that life, you pay the price. But I do want to say, prayers go out to the family. It's sad. You don't want to hear it. So I see stuff like this, and I'm like, man, every time I see stories like this, whenever I see things that happen to girls, females, I always call my kids. I talk to them all the time anyway, but I always, put it out there. just give them some out of the blue, random advice like this here. Like I see this, and I'll probably text my daughter tonight and tell her, my oldest one, young one too, probably tell them both, man, take them day naps. You know what I'm saying? You gotta meet somebody, like I say, go to church. Do I go to church? Ain't been there forever, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm saying, like, you know, you want to get into dating ministry or something like that. You know, or go to places, expand your circle. If the guys you dating, you know, are no count, ain't no good, or pretty sorry, whatever you call it, then you expand your circle. Then you expand your reach to include different types of guys. You try to go find guys that, you know, maybe got. If you're dealing with guys that's, you know, still street oriented, or dealing with guys who still live with their mama, and not for reasons that, you know, not because they lost a job or got fired, they just living with their mama, just being sorry. You might need to move on and date somebody who, you know, find somebody who may got a business, or like I say, who may be, like I say, in certain organizations, fraternities, people that got businesses, real businesses, not like some of us who got a business and it's just us. I mean, like big, nice and real business, like big businesses. You know, big businesses make a lot of money. I don't know, like I say, you know, find like groups online. You want to do something online? Find groups like say ministry, like singles ministry or something like that. You know, people that get together and read books, something that's more stable. But just going out here dating somebody, oh, I just met a new friend, I'm finna go out today, I see y'all tomorrow, and I don't see you no more. That type of behavior has to stop. But like I say, man, prayers to the family. You know what I'm saying? I hate hearing this. Hopefully they get to the truth. And I don't think the truth is something that they're going to want to hear. It rarely is. It's sad. But hey, that's all I got. Tell me what you think about this. Hey, you know, leave a comment down in the description box. I ain't trying to be harsh on young ladies, but hey, young ladies, you can't do this no. I mean, this is not the way to go. I don't care if it is just 3 people and 1,000 people go on dates every day. That's 3 too many. Death that's just too many, because you can't come back from that. You only get one life. You can't come back from it. But anyway, like I say, leave a comment in the comment box below. Like I say, be sure to like, share, comment for sure. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you know, hit that TubeBuddy link at the bottom. Like I said, it's a great way to start a channel to give you all the information. You know, sign up. It gives you all like the hot topics, the keywords, all that kind of stuff to create great content. If you want to support the channel, you can donate, or you can go to the website, buy some merchandise. You know, either way, it's cool with me. But like I said, this story, like I said, it's sad, man. This stuff, like I'm just tired of hearing this stuff, and we gotta just start calling each other out, being more responsible, taking, you know, accountability for our actions, and learning from other people's actions. I mean, you know, people die. You know what I'm saying? People get hurt. People fail tests. People pass tests. People live. Either way, no matter what the outcome is, everybody gotta learn from it. You can't sit there and say she should be able to do what she wants to, and you know, say I'm gonna go do what I want to. You know, that ain't fair. Fair don't give you peace. This is what fair gets you. This is what trying to do what men do. This is what they get you. Like I say, you don't have that cover. Men are your cover. And like I say, women supposed to have that cover from the time they born to the time they die, whether it's from their dad, their brothers, husband, and beyond. Just that order. Those people there, that's it, granddad, whatever, they supposed to have that covering, living in the house until they get married and until they die. That's just how it's supposed to be. But anyway, I'm out of here. And that being said, peace, and I will see you on the other side.